In today's episode, we're tackling FOMO, the fear of missing out. How we're going to help you get to a point of making a real decision and break that cycle of thinking.
This is how legends are made.
Hi guys, I hope you're doing super well wherever you are. Today I want to talk to you about FOMO, the fear of missing out. Now what do I mean by this? It's literally that moment when you're trying to make a decision on something that you just recycle a fear that maybe the next thing's going to be worth waiting for. This can apply in so many different ways, in so many parts of your life that you've probably experienced it. And today I'm going to tackle it with you and give you hopefully a different approach that's going to be super useful. So to give you kind of an understanding of FOMO, or the fear of missing out, it really is that we start to ask ourselves a question about a particular subject or situation, and we believe there may be another opportunity around the corner worth waiting for. With FOMO, we're just recycling the same question. What if the next one's better? What if I'm going to need something in the future? And this debilitates our ability to make a decision because our answers become, well, yes, no, maybe, and I don't know. All of a sudden we've got too many choices of potential outcomes. And since none of us have a crystal ball, there's always this belief there's a possibility that there's something better around the corner. And as I say, that really stops us from being able to make kind of clear decisions and move forward. The FOMO keeps on recycling ideas and thoughts, and we actually don't really get any final decisions made. The best example I can think of, a way of maybe just kind of giving you some context on it, is when we are looking to declutter our homes or our houses, when we are having so many things around us and we're not too sure what to keep or what to throw, which I think is quite a universal kind of concern we have. You know, sometimes it's clothes, it could be knickknacks, furniture, and the question we can often ask ourselves is, will I be using this, or will I need it in the future? And I mean, you could even relate this to clothes, because if you're going through your wardrobe and thinking, do I need this or not? You can go through the question of, will I need it in the future? What's the season I'm in now? Will I need it next season? Have I worn it before? You begin to create this recycling of the same question, because ultimately it's potentially possible that you may need a coat or a jacket or that type of kitchen utensil in the future. But since we don't have the crystal ball to answer it, it keeps on perpetuating and we just don't make a final decision. So what happens is we can easily hoard and collect things and clutter things up in our lives. In fact, where we could clear them out and actually make some decisions and take the action we want. So then, if you can relate to the situation, the next thing is, how are we going to deal with that? When we are faced with this moment of, do I keep it? Do I throw it away? Is it worth pursuing? Should I wait for the next one? I want you to notice something. It's that all you're doing is asking one question, one that's actually forcing you into not knowing. So therefore it's a dead end, or at least it begins to recycle itself, because it's perpetually moving. It's always going. There's never an end to the question of what if, because we don't have an answer. So notice that's the question you're asking. And what I invite you to try is just changing the question entirely. And therefore, you will be able to get a different answer. So as an analogy, or at least maybe as a metaphor, the one I could use is decluttering your home or your house. Now, maybe you have an idea for a new style in the house, some new decor, some paints, new furniture, a whole new look you're looking to try and achieve. Now, this can become a real challenge when you're looking at the things you currently have. So rather than thinking, well, I need this item in the future, change the question to, does this item of furniture match the decor that I want to have? Does this meet the new lifestyle change that I want to have? Maybe if you want to reduce your kind of furniture and create more of a minimalist look, then you could ask yourself this kind of question by saying, well, actually, does that furniture, that item, that bookshelf, does that meet the kind of style I want to have? Now, all you're left with is basically a yes or a no answer, which is a massive improvement on the idea of 5 potential answers all leading to kind of not knowing. We've broken this down to ask ourselves a better question. It's either yes or no. Once we get to that point, we can make faster decisions. So in a generalized way, when you have a moment in your life that you're evaluating to change something, do something, but the FOMO kicks in, where you're kind of thinking the next thing's going to be better, let's wait it out, and it's holding you back. The common answer to resolve that is going to be actually looking at the intention. What are you intending to achieve? What's your overall goal? Similar to the decluttering, we're looking to kind of create a different decor, different lifestyle. That's our intention. Once we notice our intention, we can answer those questions with more clarity. So when you're facing any situation, think to yourself, what actually are my higher intentions here? What do I want to achieve? What's the bigger picture? And then evaluate, does this meet it or not? So apply this in whatever part of your life you feel that it needs to. When you've got that situation where you're keep on saying yourself, what if, or what's around the corner next, or maybe I'm going to need this, whatever thing where you are perpetually recycling the same question that really doesn't have an answer, or at least doesn't have an answer you can action, break it down. Look at the intention. What are you trying to achieve? What's a bigger purpose here? That way you can look at the situation and evaluate it with simply a yes or a no answer. Does it match or does it miss what you're looking to do? That way we are creating an action point, the decision is made, and we're moving on, rather than keep on going through that fretful FOMO phase of just simply recycling the same thoughts. So give that a go, try it out. I found it very useful and super useful with clients when we're beginning to deal with this and looking to try to break their questioning. I found it very useful, very impactful, and I hope you do as well. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you got something from it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have, please get a thumbs up and a like. That'd be great. And if you are catching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. As always, if you've got a question about this episode or anything else, please DM me, comment, or drop me an email. I'll answer every single one of you. But for today's episode, I'll leave you, and I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are.
This is how legends are made.